June 26th is a night of action in the sport of boxing. Ladies and gentlemen, I am your host, Nice, and welcome back to the Fight Room. If you're not a subscriber, make sure you do for the latest boxing news, feedback, and entertainment. Good fights showcasing in different venues this Saturday night. Gervonta Davis, the 135-pound WBA champion, moves up in weight class to take on Mario Barrios at the 140-pound light welterweight scale for his WBA title on Showtime pay-per-view. Now, a good scrap, I should say, is lined up in prep for that main event. In the co-feature bout, former IBF and WBA Junior Middleweight champion Jeison Rosario makes his comeback after his defeat against now IBF and WBA and WBC champion Jermell Charlo to take on the always dangerous and exciting fighter, the hard-hitting Erickson the Hammer Lubin, a well-regarded prospect that made his way up in the PBC platform along with Steven Espinoza with Showtime Sports. Lubin, a very young but impressive prospect when he was on his way up, sharp, impressive offense with looping power at his disposal, was making his name early on known. He was sure making a statement, moving up and making a name for himself, hammering away at his oppositions. Came to a world title shot back in 2017 when he took on, the man that last beat his next opposition in Jeison Rosario for the titles, Jermell Charlo. Lubin, one of my favorite fighters to watch. I'm big on Lubin since early on in his career and still am. I must admit, I picked him to win against Jermell Charlo in an upset. But it's cool because, that loss, he's even better now than he was before. He came back on, a impressive fight against a tough veteran by the name of Ishe Smith, a fighter that has been hard to lay on the canvas in his shortcomings against a lot of pretty good fighters. None of them was able to stop Ishe Smith. There was Danny Jacobs, Joel Julio, Carlos Molina, Erislandy Lara, Julian Williams, Tony Harrison. None was able to dominate and stop Ishe. And Erickson Lubin got the best of him quite early on in the fight, dropping Ishe a few times. And Ishe retired on the stool in the opening of the fourth round. So that was a pretty impressive fight on Erickson Lubin's behalf. He did exceptionally awesome in that fight, coming back and stopping Ishe in that form of fashion. I was pretty impressed with that fight, honestly. So he came back after that and being better and getting back to where he's supposed to be and getting rid of three other competitors before he got to this point against Jeison Rosario. Now, looking back with the Jermell Charlo fight, it was too early for Erickson Lubin at the time, looking back, but at that time, I'm gonna be honest, I was going for Lubin. I thought Lubin's skills would decide that fight along with his power to upset Jermell. Not the case. Now I think Lubin should, at least have 3 more fights before he looks to dig in for a rematch against Jermell. I'm not saying he's not ready. I think he is ready now. But I think he should just have 3 more fights, including the one with Rosario now. Fight Rosario, then 2 more fights, and then prep up and take on Jermell Charlo for the titles. If possible, if he can get past Rosario. And recently, in an open podcast with Brian Custer from Showtime and PBC in Analysis, he went on not wanting to explain the particulars on his defeat last September against Jermell Charlo. Did not want to elaborate the details of what happened. He stated, the past is the past, and just know that I am ready and prepared for Lubin on June 26th. So, it is what it is. He did not elaborate. We don't know exactly what took place. We know it was a awkward, jab to the stomach and he fell. He looked like he was shaking when he got to the canvas, when he was on the canvas. It was kind of awkward. But now he is ready for Lubin. Rosario, a strong puncher with some heavy hands. He is a big 154-pounder. As far as his physique is concerned, folks, he can come off as an aggressive puncher on a hunt. He definitely can hunt you down. He has a pretty okay often jab. Not his usual go-to punch for the setup. He can get very explosive when he gets you hurt. He is coming with that deadly offense. You better believe it. And he can take you out if he can get to you. He can accumulate punches, more offense than defense for sure. and he is a risk taker. He can throw hard looping shots. He actually has a nice uppercut, ladies and gentlemen. Very sharp uppercut. And he lands it often on his oppositions. He actually landed that on Julian J. Rock Williams. A very dangerous fighter if not aware of his offense. He has a suspect chin, in times past. Got dropped a few times by Nathaniel Gallimore in his first defeat. About like 4 or 5, probably 6 times. And now his chin sort of improved, but still not durable enough, I believe, for the hammer Erickson Lubin, who is himself a strong puncher with more accolades and skills than Rosario. A good jabber, good on setting up his offense and picks his punches, throws poised combinations with thudding shots, good speed, nice footwork, a risk taker himself. He likes to bring the fight. He likes to make a statement, with his effective offense. Sharp puncher. Good accuracy as well. Trained by none other than Kevin Cunningham. A good trainer. Now getting to some of the stats. Lubin, 23 wins, 1 defeat, 16 by knockout. A southpaw, 25 years old, 5 feet 9.5 in height, 74.5 in reach. From Orlando, Florida. His KO ratio, 66%, has come to 104 rounds in fights. Debuted November 26, 2013. Now trying to solidify his name once again at the 154-pound weight class. Rosario, 20 wins, 2 defeats, 14 by knockout. An orthodox fighter, 26 years old, 5 feet 11 in height, 70-inch reach. From Santo Domingo. KO ratio 60%. He has gone 99 rounds as of today. Debuted May 18th, 2013. So some quick key facts. Rosario 1.5 inch taller than Lubin. Shorter arm length though, 70-inch reach compared to Lubin with 74.5. So Lubin has the advantage as far as the reach is concerned. And he's a good mid-range shooter. So a good advantage for Lubin in that aspect. And of course, as far as chin is concerned, we both know that both has, hit the canvas before. So we don't know who has the better chin as far as both guys are concerned. But to me, I think that Lubin does. I think Lubin has the better chin. I know he got knocked out. I know you're going to say that, this and that. But I think he has the better chin. So my final thoughts for this fight, I believe that Erickson Lubin once again shall reign and defeat Jeison Rosario and become victorious come June 26. Why I say that, the more explosive, more combination puncher with accurate punching belongs to Erickson Lubin. The more elusive type of fighter that can go wild, yeah, you could give it to Rosario. So depending on the fight, how it goes, if Lubin can stay at mid-range and use his jab early on and set up his combinations with his thudding right hand and his thudding left hook that he has, the night can be short. But if Rosario can move around and use the ring, use his jab, and can get explosive and pop Lubin with a counter punch, explosive counter punch, then maybe we have something going on for Rosario. But until then, let's see. But for right now, I got Erickson Lubin stopping Rosario late in the fight. Well, not necessarily late, during the mid-range of the bout, probably after the 6th round. It's a night for Rosario. It's a good matchup overall. Ladies and gentlemen, do not miss this one on the undercard of Gervonta Davis versus Mario Barrios. June 26 live on Showtime pay-per-view. Make sure you guys catch this one. I am your host, Nice. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Most of all, don't forget to share the Fight Room.